everything. Okay.
I can't see without them now.
I know. I can see distance, but I can't see close up. I have
Yeah, I
to
can't
read stuff.
read anything.
Uh,
My phone is like
No.
this all the
I did that the
time.
other night.
Yeah.
I took my glasses off just to see what the page looks like, and I couldn't see make out a thing. I'm like,
Not a thing, right?
wow.
I yesterday, coincidentally, I was like trying the whole making the font bigger on my computer. And it just is sort of bigger, but still fuzzy. So, and now I have this big, what do you call the arrow thing?
Oh, the cursor.
The cursor,
Yeah,
it's giant. It's this giant thing that floats around. And I thought, oh, you can, yeah, there's an option to outline it. So I outlined it in this orange, this color that I like. It's so bad. I have to change it. It's like this is too much. This is too much.
that's all I can
I'm
see.
I'm just gonna have to depend on my glasses.
I love it. Sue, do you want to dig in?
Yeah,
Oh,
do you
you
want
know
to get us
what?
started
By the
on
way, see how I'm jerky? I get jerky sometimes.
You're the least jerky person I
Yeah,
know.
of the three of us, I think I'm
Well,
the biggest jerk, so there's that.
okay. I don't know what it is about my Zoom, but it's there's something wrong with it, and it just
Yeah,
consistently happens where I start,
Yeah,
that kind of a thing.
if you freeze
that's
completely, we'll just like cut and reset and
Okay.
then
Sounds good.
go
technology.
back.
It's technology. It's soft.
All right,
Right, Tim?
Sue, we are here again, which I love. And not even to recap our previous episodes, it's just been a heck of a ride so far. We've had guests that have grown up with us, guests we've grown up with, and guests that have influenced us. And I think we can say our guest today has probably done all three, whether she knew it or not.
Yeah,
Oh,
good
that's
timing.
nice.
So I get giddy even just thinking about it. We're talking to Catherine Mary Stewart today. I, oh,
Yay.
and I'm just like, how do you look the same since the last time we saw you in person? And I look so much older.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
Yeah,
understand
it
how
was
that
a
That
long
happened.
time
was a
ago too. I
long
looked
It
it up.
time
was. It
ago,
was a
wasn't it? I was
very
looking
long
at
time.
that
Yeah.
picture with Lance.
Yeah.
He looks different, but my hair was sort of short and kind of reddish. It was weird. I don't like it that much. Where
Where's,
was that? Was that in
Like
Toronto?
I want to say
yeah.
Toronto Comic Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
don't think
every,
it
I've
was Gen
only
Expo, but
been
it would have been in like a
yeah, it was
spring
the spring and
con.
March. Yeah. Yeah.
I've only been to one convention in Canada. I'm like, hello, I'm Canadian. And
Right?
they do
Make
them
it
in
happen.
Edmonton too, where I grew up.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
I'm like, why am I not? I have to, I'm not really good at staying on top of all that stuff. I do
Yeah.
have a rep and I should just tell him to book me. And
Get on it.
I could stay with my brother for God's sakes. So
Yeah.
Make it
anyway,
happen.
I
Yeah.
know I'm just bad at all that stuff. Ugh.
Yeah. And
Got
you're
other things
busy,
to do,
right?
laundry and stuff.
And
Yes, I'm
acting.
busy. Acting and auditioning and
Yeah.
just living. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's what we
And
want
the
to talk about.
occasional Zoom call with
The occasional Zoom call, yes.
We want to talk about the living Catherine Mary Stewart, how you grew up, what you did.
I'm still alive.
Right? She's still here.
I'm still here,
Um,
damn it.
because, everybody always wants to talk about everything you've done. We want to know the things that influenced you growing up.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Oh.
what was the big thing? What would when you were growing up? Some of us are still growing
Hmm.
up. What was your big thing? What did
Check.
you watch? What was your, what TV, movie, or sorry, were you a TV kid, a movie kid, music kid,
Well,
books?
I was thinking about this, and I mean, TV has seemed to kind of disappeared off the map altogether. I don't think my kids really watch TV anymore. People watch YouTube and everything on their computer. But when I was growing up, that was the thing. And I remember, my mother worked at the university, or she also was a docent at the art gallery, and she was out a lot. She was busy. And so I would get home from school, and she didn't want me to turn on the TV, but nobody was home.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, there's nobody here, so click, and I'd watch
I didn't
Days of
turn
Our
it on.
Lives or something like that. And you could hear, and our garage was connected to the house. So when she came home, I could hear the garage door open. So I'd turn it off and run upstairs and But
You get a book upside down. You're like, I was reading this
yeah,
the whole
yeah,
time.
yeah. Nothing to see
My
here.
homework.
Yeah, yeah. But if sometimes she could hear me running up the stairs. So I got very light on my toes. But also my mother, you could not get away with anything with her. She would feel the TV to see if it was
I was
warm.
about to ask if she did that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm like, "Arf." And there's so many things you try to get away with as a kid. And then she did this one thing. She unplugged the television. So I got home to turn it on and it wouldn't turn on. And I couldn't figure it out once. But then I was like, okay, what's going on? And I figured it out. But oh my gosh, she wanted to restrict our television time because that was really the entertainment of the day, except to
Yeah.
go out to movies. But even in those days, you would go to a movie in Edmonton, it would get really cold at night, in the winter specifically,
Yeah.
and you would line up for so long. I well, I also go to movies in the afternoon now because I'm old
Yeah.
and I don't
That's the
have
It's the
best
best
time.
time.
school and stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember just standing outside for hours waiting to get into a movie. Um, so, I mean, the point is, television was such a huge part of my childhood, but it was sort of restricted. Um, the consistent thing was hockey night in
Oh
Canada.
yeah.
But I have two older brothers. So, and then my dad, of course, and they were massive hockey fans. And so you kind of get into it, you can't help it. You had no choice really.
Yeah.
So that
There's
Saturday
only the
nights,
one
da 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 da
TV, or well,
da
yeah, we only
da.
had one TV for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
We
So
only had one
everybody had to
TV.
watch whatever dad
Yeah.
wanted, basically.
Exactly. Thank you very much. I was like the lowest on the totem
Yeah.
pole. But it was hockey night in Canada on Saturdays, and we would have dinner in front of the TV. But
Yes.
otherwise, we had dinner in the dining room,
Yep.
the whole family. Dad served the meat, mom served the vegetables. And we had to, like I said, two older brothers. We had to wait for either mom or dad to pick up their fork or whatever before we could pick up our
Yeah.
fork.
Wow.
I know. But, I mean, for me, people think, wow, that's rigid. But it was
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
And I mean, my husband and I did that with our children too. We insisted on having until it wasn't, you couldn't do it anymore when they were like teenagers or whatever. Same in our family. But sitting around a dining room table at
Yeah.
dinner.
Yep.
And I think that's important, and I'm not sure that many people do that anymore.
And you know what? They'll like get older, go off to college, whatever, and then they're gonna be like, I miss having dinner around the table once in a while. So it'll become a special occasion, like once a
Yeah,
week, depending where
yeah.
they live, or like at holidays and
Yep.
stuff. And those are the memories that stick with you is when you're all
Yes, for
together and you don't
sure.
have all the distractions and like no phones and just talking to
Oh,
Yes,
each
no
other.
phones.
yeah.
That's
No, I
something that I feel like is really important nowadays is like, if you're going to come over and be with us, be with us.
Like
yeah.
Don't
be
sit
here.
there on your
Yeah.
phone the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you
Couldn't
going to
agree.
say, Tim?
Oh, I was gonna say I couldn't agree more with what you just said. And also I totally remember
Mm,
that was my house as well. Like you sat at the dinner table, you didn't get up until you were finished. You ate everything on your
mhm.
plate. You ate what was served to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you
Yep.
didn't
And
finish your main
watching
course, you
TV as
didn't
a
get
family.
dessert.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
dessert.
watching TV as a
Come
family.
on.
And then
Like it's
also the
a
special treat on
experience.
Saturday nights was we could have a pop.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
And
right?
Pop and chips.
pop and chips or pop and popcorn.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
mother didn't get the brand name. She got Shasta. So we would have
Oh,
Shasta
oh my God,
Cola,
I totally forgot Shasta.
black cherry. Nothing was like, it was like, what is that? I don't know, but it's a treat.
Oh,
Um,
that is
anyway.
awesome.
And if my parents went out, we got to have Kraft macaroni and cheese,
Hmm.
Kraft dinner.
Yep.
I used to talk about Kraft dinner here in the States, and they didn't know what Kraft dinner was. And
Yeah.
they were like, what? Oh, the macaroni and cheese. They didn't understand
It's a
that. That
KD and they're
Macaroni
completely
and cheese.
lost.
but
Also,
yeah,
pop
and
means soda for any Americans
pop
listening.
means soda. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it is a different language sometimes down here. Close to the border, it gets a little more similar, I
It's
feel
Yes.
true.
like,
Yeah.
but yeah, but yeah. Yeah, in terms of TV, we would watch, well, remember the Beachcombers?
God,
Yes.
yes.
That was a big one. We
Yep.
liked that one. When I was really little, look, I wrote these down. Hold on. Where did I write it down? Oh, Friendly Giant.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Do, do,
Yeah.
do, 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 do.
My
This is
brother and
kind of
I
going
picked out
hand
our
in
chairs
hand
by
with
the
the theme
fireplace.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I used to love
yeah.
that. I used to love that show.
Yeah.
In Edmonton, we had a thing called Popcorn Playhouse for
Ooh.
little kids, which was little kids sat, I forget what the name of the host was, but the best part, he would interview all the kids and he would treat the microphone like it was a salt shaker. He's like, "Did you get any salt out of it?" And they're like, "No." But they also had like this big like box, wooden box full of sand. And if you were chosen, or if it was your birthday or something like that, you got to dig in the sand and you could find a gold coin.
Oh.
I know. My brother got to
Huh.
go on that show. I
We had
didn't.
one in Kingston called Harrigan,
Uh,
where he was supposed to be like this little Irish kind of
oh,
gnome kind
yeah.
of fella. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Yeah.
actually kind of rings a
Yep.
bell.
And I got to be on that a couple times. So, yep.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yo, that's right. It was something like, something about the gold.
Harrigan. It's
Yeah.
Harrigan. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
cool.
This was Popcorn Playhouse with
Yep.
um something to do with the gold rush. Something like Klondike Mike or something like that.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe that was
Oh,
Klondike.
that
No, it was
is
I think it was Klondike Eric or something like that. I don't know. I forget. It
that
was
is so cool.
early.
That's
Um
awesome.
yeah, and Mr. Dress Up. Remember
Oh
Mr.
my
of
Dress
God,
Up?
course.
that Canadian institution. Yeah.
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 I know. It
Yeah.
was, yeah, it wonderful. And there was one even earlier called The Forest Rangers.
Oh.
That
Oh,
one,
yeah.
it was a group of young kids that were forest rangers, and I love that. That was my jam right there. Because just being out in the forest and I don't know, rescuing beavers, something, I don't
Yeah.
know. It was great. So that's very, very young. But when I was older, we watched a lot of variety shows. Um, I remember specifically Sonny and Cher,
Yeah, I remember that.
well, Carol Burnett,
Carol Burnett. Yeah.
obviously. The
Yeah.
Dean Martin show. Do you remember that?
I remember
And
Dino.
I thought he was so handsome when I was
Everyone
little. Yeah.
did.
And he had those dancers. And, I was a dancer first. And some things that I feel like in retrospect, I was really attracted to was like dancing and stuff like that. He had I think they were, what were they called? The solid gold dancers or something. I'm not
I
sure.
remember.
I forget. But I love those dancers. Um,
Did you
oh,
want to
so
be one of those
many.
dancers?
I maybe subliminal. I can't say that word. Subliminally. How do you say
Subliminally. Yeah.
subliminally?
Yes.
Yes. Because I kind of became, and then yeah. I mean, I can go off on all sorts of tangents here, but so many shows. Mary Tyler Moore,
Yeah.
love that. I love MASH. I mean, also, by
Oh,
the way, these
MASH.
these shows were kind of dictated by, the nighttime shows were sort of
Yeah.
dictated by my
Yeah.
parents. But they were very good and inspiring in many ways. Let's see. Oh, the Munsters.
Yeah.
Here
I'm
it
there
was
for
the
all of this.
Adams. The
The
Adams
Addams
family was
Family.
big
Yeah.
here, but
Yeah.
I don't think we got the Adams family in Canada. But I love the Munsters.
Little Eddie Munster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I watched them, but like after when they were like just in syndicate, like
In
reruns and
syndication?
stuff
Yeah.
after school.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
MASH, I loved MASH. I loved the theme song for MASH.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was one of I would I mean, I guess there were inklings of what it was I was going to do growing up because I had a tape recorder and I would tape music that I liked. Did you?
Yeah.
Off television. And although MASH, the theme song on the show was just music, it
Yeah.
was, instrumental. There were lyrics to that song, and I
Suicide is
found the
painless.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Through early morning fog
Yeah.
I
Wow.
see. And I learned it off by heart. Visions of the things to be. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I used
Hmm.
to also wait. So our radio station in Edmonton was 630 CHED. And that was sort of the rock station. CHED, CHED.
Shit.
Um, and I used to wait for my favorite songs to come up. I would sit there with my microphone and my tape recorder
Yep.
to tape songs. Um, the good old days.
I love it. I want to circle back though, because you said you remember waiting in line for the movies. What was the first
Yes.
movie you remember seeing in the theater?
Um, the first movie, it's kind of sad because once again, we went with our parents. I'm assuming my brothers were there. We went to this movie called Hot Millions,
Oh,
and
Ah,
it was with Peter Ustinov. Do you remember Peter Ustinov?
yeah, Hercule Poirot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And it was so boring. But I was looking at Peter Ustinov, this guy, larger than life on the screen, and thinking, oh, that's cool being able to do that. They also took, I mean, this is almost child abuse, I want to say, because I was so young. They also took me to 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I was like
Wow.
10. And I'm like, I have no idea what's going, just take me now. And I did like the bit with the chimps, but I didn't know why they were there or they were hitting things. But I was like, oh, look, chimps. And then they were
Yeah.
gone. I'm like, come back, chimps, please. I had no, and everything was walking slowly. And,
Yeah, it's a
what
slow
was the
film.
guy's name? The little,
Hal, Hal
It's Al.
9000. Yep. I'm
You
sorry,
talk like
Dave.
this.
Yep.
And I'm just like, somebody kill me. However, we did get to go to things like Mary Poppins, which and they did buy the album, so I would sit there and watch that over and over and over again. Mary Poppins, Sound of Music,
Mm.
love, love, love. My brother, he's the middle kid, and I think she was trying to make up for the fact that he was the middle kid or something. He's the one that got to go to Popcorn Playhouse. He's the one that, for his birthday, went to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I did go
Wow.
along, but I mean, come on now. Hello.
Right? That doesn't seem
Um,
fair.
s- right? Good. I was treated so horribly.
You
Yeah,
Uh,
obviously.
did
Yep.
Kubrick.
it was just awful. Let me see. Let me look at my list. I was doing the research.
And this is why she doesn't
Uh,
like Stanley Kubrick movies right there. Yep.
oh, they are.
There's a certain
I
audience, and I'm
mean,
pretty
he's
sure 10-year-olds aren't
That's
it.
true. Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Maybe that's why I've never really dug those things. Things like Grease I saw, which I loved,
Oh God,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
and yeah, right. And you talk about life-altering movies. When I saw Jesus Christ Superstar,
Oh,
Oh,
nice one.
yeah.
it changed my life. Plus, we weren't very religious. We started out when we were young, going to church and everything in Sunday school. And then our parents made the mistake. Probably it was just a break for them because they would dump us off at Sunday school and not go to church. But they made the mistake of asking us if we wanted to go. And we're like,
You're
Same.
like, no.
Same.
no, are you crazy?
Yeah.
So we stopped going. But my point is, when I saw Jesus Christ Superstar, I was like, oh, is that what it's all about? It sort of explained it. And I loved the music and I loved the dancing.
Yeah.
And by that time, I was getting into dance pretty seriously. So for me, that was like wonderful.
Oh man. I just want to touch base really quick on that because I don't know if you got to see it yet, but there was a documentary about the Toronto production from the 70s that had like
Oh,
Martin
really?
Short and Catherine O'Hara and like the original cast and
Mm.
how it just influenced so much and how much comedy and comedic actors came out of that one production. And yeah,
Really?
I don't know who's got the
Wow.
rights for it. I saw it at TIFF, but if you get a chance to see it, it is
Oh,
stunning.
very
Yeah.
cool. Oh, yes, I would love to
Yeah.
see that. Oh, for sure,
Was
for
it at
sure.
TIFF this year?
It
Like
was.
last
Yeah.
year, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was this year, so it's recent then.
Yeah. It was
Okay,
so
that's
good.
very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I love that movie. That was probably my favorite movie. I do remember that when I was in high school, a friend of my brother's who was this little football player, and I kind of thought, oh, he's fit and stuff like that. And he was a football player. I was such a nerd. I didn't date anybody. Nobody was interested in me. And then this guy asked me if I wanted to go to a movie, and he was in grade 12 and I was in grade 10. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He took me to the Towering Inferno.
Oh my goodness.
But which was fine.
A little
But
Paul
the
Newman
thing
action.
was, I know. And by the way, Paul Newman was my heartthrob back in the day. He was an older guy, really, even back then. But oh, I thought he was handsome. Oh, um, but this boy took me to, and he was very, very shy,
Oh.
and he didn't know what to say. And we're watching Towering Inferno, and he looks at me and says, "Are you okay?" And I'm like,
Are
"Yeah,
you?
cha." Yes, he was worried that I was too scared because of Towering Inferno.
Oh.
It was so sweet, but we didn't go out again
Oh.
because, I mean, I think he might have wanted to, but. Yeah, he was very nice.
He
That
was
was like
scared
my
of your older
only
brothers.
date.
What?
Yeah, that was like my only date. There was one boy in high school that said to me, "You want to go around?" I don't know if they used to say that. That meant, "Do you want to date? Do you want to be like a couple?" And I'm like, I barely knew who he was. I'm like, okay.
Sure.
We didn't do anything. Even at school, he didn't even talk to me.
Yeah,
And
What?
you just didn't see him
it
again
was the
after that.
weirdest. It was so uncomfortable. And finally, I called him, and I was so like terrorized by this whole thing. I called him up. I said, "Listen, I forget what his name was. I'm like, I don't think we should go out anymore," which we didn't go out
Yeah.
anywhere. No, I was a total failure when it came to the dating thing in high school.
Oh.
Yeah, but I was fine.
See, that makes me feel so much better about my own dating life in high school,
Yeah.
which
I
was
mean, I
non-existent.
definitely, yeah, yeah, same. I had
Same.
crushes on guys, but they didn't give me the time of day.
Ugh.
Because you know what? I think part of my problem was I was like this all the time. And it was just like, oh boy, okay, you're a lot.
She's a lot.
And somehow I got into acting.
Right? How did that
I
weird
know.
connection? Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
find
yeah.
that you like to rewatch movies or are you like a one and done?
Um, uh, it depends. Like Jesus Christ Superstar, I've watched many times,
Sure.
and I have the soundtrack, and I know all the words. It depends. Yeah. Um, I mean, probably like things like Mary Poppins. I was just thinking about that today as I was thinking about all this stuff. And I remember getting the album and the songs that that show gave me so much joy from
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
part with Dick Van Dyke when they jump into the chalk paintings or
Hmm.
drawings and it all becomes a cartoon. Oh, I love that. And was it Mary Poppins where the guy floats up here? I love to laugh.
Yes. Yeah.
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 He starts laughing and
Yeah.
he
And they
says,
all
when I
start floating
laugh, I
up. Yeah.
float up. Oh, I love that. I love that fantasy thing. That gave me a lot of joy. And then, of course, the hills are alive. Oh, beautiful. So those
I
classic
guess
movies.
too, like when those movies came out in the theater, like you had to either go see them over and over or you didn't ever see them again because it's not like home video wasn't a thing until later. Like
Yeah, no,
I
there's,
remember we went and saw E.T. when it was re-released in the theater because we wanted my grandmother to go with us and see it, but
uh,
there was no option to see it unless it was in the theater. And then they
hmm
finally released it on video when that became more of a thing. But
yeah.
um,
No, back in the day, there was no video. No
yeah,
video. And they didn't
you
play.
had to go, and then that was it.
But I remember at the one of the theaters, I'm trying to remember the name, it was so lame. Um, something would play, like the Sound of Music played there for like 6 months or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, I remember going to the very first King Kong, and
Oh,
for
wow.
some reason, I went with my oldest
Wow.
brother. Poor guy. He had to go with his little sister. I have no idea why that unfolded the way it did, but I went to the first King Kong, which I kind of dug. It was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Um, I remember The Exorcist was released
Wow.
around that time. I did not
I
go,
was gonna say, holy
but
crap.
no, no, I didn't go, but we heard so much about it, you know.
Yeah.
So that made me very curious. And of course, by the time I saw it, I was like, well, that's okay, I guess. But it was
Yeah.
for its day, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
People are wimps.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was so unusual. It
Yeah.
was it was
Yeah.
pretty intense,
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel
For
like.
75, yeah, it was pretty intense. Yeah.
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 But I didn't see that until much, much later.
Yeah, that shook a lot of people up. But I had a similar experience, whereas my first movie was Jaws. I saw it at 4 years old, and yeah,
Oh, yeah,
apparently I just ate it up. So,
oh,
but
nice.
but Richard Dreyfuss
So
actually
to
said
speak.
yes. Ha ha ha. But Richard Dreyfuss thought there was something probably wrong with me, and my parents said I saw it that early. So yeah.
Yeah, that's young. I saw it with my dad was a marine biologist, and we were in Australia at the time, believe it or not. He was doing some research over there, and we went to see it, and it kind of pissed him off because they
Yeah,
were making this creature, this horrible thing. And so he was very, they would never do that and all this other stuff. And so he was just like, oh, this is not real at all, and blah, 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 which also took the edge off for us kids. I was
sure.
Yeah.
probably 12, and I was like, oh, well, it's not real. And, and I certainly, because of my dad and my mom, I have a lot of empathy for animals. I'm not afraid of animals. I'm like, they create these images. I mean, I wouldn't want to come face to face with a great white, for instance, especially if it was, a little peckish. But but yeah, he was just we left that. He's like, oh, like that.
Totally fair. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked it. It's good. I've seen that
Yeah, it's
again.
fun. Yeah. I
Yep.
love that one. Um, Music, Sue. Who doesn't want to talk about music?
Ah.
Let's chime
I
in.
mean, I guess we kind of already started to in that
Yeah,
you
with
had a lot of soundtracks and
That I
um
recorded my own stuff.
yeah, that you
yeah.
Yeah,
created your
I
own playlist.
did. My first record, though, was my brother gave it to me as a gift, and it was John Denver. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh
oh,
wow.
John Denver. I wasn't that familiar with his music, and it didn't have that much of an impact on me. Um, but a pivotal moment in my childhood was when I discovered my dad's album of the
Oh.
Beatles, Rubber
Mm.
Soul.
Oh, I love that album.
So we in our house we would have a Sunday brunch, and Mom would make pancakes or something, or waffles or something like that. We'd have like a later kind of a breakfast, and Dad would play music, and he usually played like Catherine McKinnon or Anne what's
And Murray.
Yes, Anne Murray, thank you.
Yep.
Or some maybe every once in a while there would be some classical or some folk or something like that. And I don't know if I forget how I found it exactly, but it was still, the rock and roll thing was still, it was in the, I guess in the 60s. It was still like a little,
Risque.
forward,
Yeah.
something. And I found this album. I'm like, oh, I put it back because I was like, well, I've never seen this before. Somehow it came out, and oh, that was the first album I remember just loving. And again, I played it over and over. I knew every word over and over and over again. And then, and it's still iconic to me. And
Oh
I'm a
yeah.
huge Beatles fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now I gotta
Um,
follow up. I mean, favorite Beatles song.
uh,
I mean, and it can change. Obviously, mine changes day to day. But
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's Rubber Soul. I'm now, I'm not positive of all the songs on there. But I think Michelle is on
yeah,
there.
oh, it totally is.
Michelle,
Yeah.
Mm.
ma belle
Yeah.
Soblemo. Assemblement qui vont très bien ensemble. I have no idea if I'm saying it right or what it means.
Close
So,
enough.
Sounds right.
close enough, right? And with
Yeah.
the douleur in there, and it sounds very good. And that was a beautiful song. I loved all the songs. Do you have a
Hmm.
list of the songs on that album? I could tell you. I could
Yeah.
sing
Oh
them
man, I
all
can
for you.
drive my car. Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I
Norwegian
love
Wood, one of my favorites. Yeah. Yeah.
once at me. Oh yeah, beautiful and
Oh
sort
yeah.
of ethereal and mysterious. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. Yes, love that album. And
Hmm.
I subsequently bought, I think I have every album, I'm not sure. I mean, I love The Long and Winding Road, but that's much later.
Hmm.
I love at the Abbey Road album. Revolution is
Yeah.
great. Um, the White Album's classic, of course.
Yeah.
It's very we had most of those albums, but when I was buying my own albums, I really got into the Eagles. I love the
Ooh.
Oh
Eagles.
yeah, good one.
Love the Eagles. Um, and the Bee Gees. Gotta
Yeah.
love those Bee
Oh
Gees.
my God, yes.
More before even they got super disco-y. I sort of liked them more before the super disco thing. When I was a little bit older, when I was really into dance, our teacher um, would play music, and that kind of funk disco stuff is very good for jazz dance.
Yeah.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, yes, please.
I loved Earth, Wind, and Fire. Let's see. Oh, I've got a whole bunch here. The Commodores.
Yeah. Oh
Love
my God, I
them.
love this.
Yeah, Supertramp. Love
Yep.
them. I listened to Supertramp, and that is like, well, all these ones that I'm talking about, high school. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And all that that entails. Yeah, the Bee Gees,
Oh,
Eagles. Yeah, I think I might have covered them all.
see,
Well,
but
that I
I
wrote down anyway.
hearing you say, but you can see a connective tissue between like the Bee Gees and the Eagles and all that because the harmonies, like people come down on like the disco
Hmm.
side of it, but the harmonies and the melodies, man, those groups, the
Ah.
Commodores are the same way. Like they just interweave those melodies. They're so good.
So
Oh.
beautiful. I was watching while I was doing my laundry. This was my laundry day here in where am I? I'm in Bowling Green, Kentucky. They don't have a washer and dryer here, so I had to go out somewhere to
Mm.
get do my laundry, and I was watching some videos. That's why I'm easy. Ooh,
Oh
ooh,
man.
ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. Easy like a Sunday morning. Yes, you are easy. I love that. I love those songs. What was the Eagles one? The one that Timothy B. Schmidt
Oh God.
sang. Um, it's so beautiful. And I used to cry to it because I had
Oh
a crush on a
wow.
boy, and I would cry thinking of it. Oh, I can't believe this has gone out of my brain.
Let's see.
Uh,
Tell me why. Desperado. Take it to the no, take it to the limit is Don Henley.
it's
Um,
really a sweet,
oh God.
lovey-dovey. I'm Googling it now.
Yeah, see that it's
You know
gonna
what I
bother me
got
till
to
I re
do? So and Timothy B. Schmidt was so adorable, and he sang this beautiful song, and then I got to do a movie with him.
No.
Whoa.
Yes. Did you tell
Scenes
him?
from the Gold. He was very. I sensed that he was not open to that, and he probably got a lot of that junk.
Fair.
Let me see. Oh, come on now, we have to know this one because I have to sing it for you because I'm gonna sing you everything.
Take it easy, lion eyes. I can't tell you why.
Lord. Snap.
Yeah.
I can't tell you
Yeah.
why. You can't tell me why. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good tune. Oh, love my Eagles.
Oh, I love the Eagles. Love them.
Hmm.
Love them.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So those were huge, and they're still huge. I mean, I feel like when we got more into the 80s, and there were some things I liked Pat Benatar, and I liked I liked some of this stuff, but I really reveled in like late 60s, 70s music. I really, really
Yeah.
did. Loved
I,
it.
I go back to those a lot too, which is yeah,
Yeah.
it's there's something about the time and the style, the music. Like
I
it's
think so.
authentic. Yeah.
I think so. And I don't think, I mean, you hear the music even today comes up, somewhere. And
Yeah.
it's so uh, um uh, um uh, uh, what's the word? Available. It's like you can connect with it so
Yes.
easily.
Yeah.
There's so much
Yeah.
music that you're sort of like, what are they saying? You know? And there's no like my husband and I will watch. I'll always like the sun's about to come in this window. It's like
Oh, good. You're just gonna keep shifting.
I'll just keep shifting this way because there's no curtain or anything like that. But in talk shows and things like Jimmy Kimmel or whatever, they'll have a musical guest at the end, and I'm always like, oh, we have to watch the musical guest at the end. And I want to say 90% of the time, we're both like, what? You can't even like, it's like, you can't even keep beat to it, and you don't know what they're saying. And it's so funny. And it feels so random. Of course, growing up, you would buy an album, and there was always like the hit song on the A side,
Yeah.
but there was always really cool stuff on the B side that you learned as well. But you got this like comprehensive sort of package of
Hmm.
music that you never really got bored with. I didn't anyway.
Yeah.
And one of the things when I wasn't watching TV when I came home from school is I would put an album on and memorize it and sing it at the top of my lungs in the living room. Um, but now, it's like my daughter, she's 32, she's not young, but everything is Spotify.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't, I still can't to this day. If I'm gonna buy some music, it has to be the entire album.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
this the
that.
way? Yeah, 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 it has to
Yep.
be.
I
I
mean, I'm
don't
not gonna lie.
understand.
I use my Spotify, but I was also at the record store today buying albums. So yeah.
Oh, do you still have a record player?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest mistake my partner ever made. She's like, I got you a record player. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Perfect.
Here
You'll
we
never see me again.
go. I love that. My son bought a record player, and my parents have both passed away, but my dad was a huge music collector, and he collected jazz and
Mm.
classical, and like I was talking about some of the other people. Um, and I tried to collect as many of the albums that had meaning for me and kept them. And then my son got a record player. I just gave them all to him. I did keep a
Oh.
couple. I kept, I gave my mother the Jane Fonda workout album. I'm not even sure what that is. I guess it's just she yells and
Yeah.
plays some music and it's all described
Yeah.
on the cover.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're supposed to be doing. I'm not sure my mother listened to that very often, but oh well. That was iconic. Jane Fonda
I
in the
remember that.
80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
album was everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in her little where we had the butt floss leotards.
Yep.
Yep.
Had a huge effect on me as a child, let me say that.
Jamie Lee Curtis, what was that movie she did where she was
Um,
the
With John
Staying Alive.
Travolta, right? Yeah.
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 Oh. A clip of that came up the other day, and I was like, "Oh God, oh, stop! My eyes are burning." What else do you want to know?
Well, we've
I
talked about film, television. Are you a big reader? Do you like to dig into a book?
I do. I wasn't a big reader growing up. Although I did read this series that was I just loved it. And I don't know why, but my mother introduced me to, and I believe I had to Google it. And I think this is the right one. It was a series not unlike Nancy Drew. But for
Okay.
some reason, I wasn't interested in Nancy Drew. I was interested in Sue Barton, student nurse.
Oh, yeah. That
Huh.
Yes,
sounds I
indeed.
I did not read it, but that sounds very familiar. I did read Nancy Drew.
Somehow, yeah. Yes.
Mhm.
Somehow I really got into that. I really, really liked it. I remember reading a book called Misty of Chincoteague, which was about, so Chincoteague is an island off, I guess, North Carolina, where a bunch of wild Mustangs ended up. And the theory is that some Spanish ships back in the day, you know, sank and they were trying to transport Mustangs. This is a theory that they think, and the Mustangs swam to these islands on the Outer
Oh.
Banks, and one of these islands is called Chincoteague, and it was about Misty, the horse, a wild Mustang of Chincoteague, and
Oh.
it was about these two kids that lived there, and annually they will herd the horses across the water to I don't know wherever, the mainland or whatever, and they will sort of cull some of them to train. And then they don't kill them or anything like that. They'll train them and they'll take sometimes the babies and things like that. And I think Misty was one of the babies that was taken from the wild Mustangs, and these little kids were training the Mustang. And oh, fantasy time for me. Love that. I remember reading Peter Pan with my granddad when they
Mm.
came
Oh.
to visit. We had I actually still have the edition, a beautiful large version of Peter Pan with beautiful artwork in it. My parents gave me Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
And it was like this famous, it had a little gold medal thing on the
Yep.
cover and all that other stuff. And I was reading it going, this is kind of creepy. I don't know, but guys. But I did read that, and I still have it. Um, but yeah, I wasn't a huge reader. I'm reading much more now. I really enjoy
Mm.
reading now. My dad was a massive reader.
I love
Yeah.
it. Reading is so
Yeah.
much fun. Reading is my jam.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of books actually.
Oh.
Um, yes, and they depending on the book, but I listen to them when I go to sleep at night. And right
Oh
now
yeah.
I'm reading or listening I always say, oh yeah, I read that, but no, I just listen.
It was meant to be.
Yeah. Right now I'm listening to Sidney Poitier
Awesome.
autobiography. It's so good because it talks about his childhood in the Bahamas and
Mm,
how he made his way to Florida, and it was like in the 40s and the racism was just
mm.
insane. And he ended up moving up to Harlem and his whole just introduction to acting, and it's just so interesting. And also so interesting hearing the African American or Black perspective, where we're just trying to erase
Yeah,
that history.
yeah,
That didn't
Yeah.
exist. And
yeah.
you're just making white people feel bad. Anyway, let's not get into that. Anywho, maybe you could cut that off
Maybe
because
we'll
But
just
we
man,
don't want to get
no,
into that whole
that's
thing, but
fair.
it's so incredibly educational what these people. He told a story about, and he had had some success in the movies, and he went into this nice restaurant by himself, and all the waiters and the maitre d', they were all Black, and everybody else in there was white. And it was a very nice restaurant in New York, I think. He never named it, but he said, do you have a table? And the guy said, is it just you, the maitre d'? And he says, yes, just me. He says, well, I apologize, Mr. Poitier, but if you sit here, I'm going to have to put a screen around you.
mm,
Whoa.
This was in like 1955. Like an, oh boy. Can you
Ugh,
imagine living through
ugh.
that? It's just, we really have no concept.
No, we don't. We really
Yeah.
don't. But I
So
love that he's so
fascinating.
outspoken about it, though. I love that,
yeah.
and he's so iconic. And how can you not love Sidney Poitier?
Yeah. And it's so interesting. He talks a lot about, I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but he talks a lot about the projects that he chose. The way he was raised was in a very honorable, you should be proud of yourself and all this other stuff. And if he was offered something where he was kind of like a suppressed sort of character, he wouldn't do it. He
Yeah,
would not do it. Nope.
Yeah.
I love
Which
that.
is so admirable. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
turned he turned a lot of stuff down because as an actor, you're going, you turned work down?
You
What?
did.
Are you crazy?
Do you understand the
Um,
profession you're in?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, I love that.
Yeah. Oh man,
Anyway, that's the book I'm listening to right now.
I love that.
And he's the narrator too, and he has a beautiful voice.
Oh,
So
okay.
it,
See,
Yeah,
now
I was gonna say his
you
I
voice
just
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 won me
lull
really
off to
over.
carried
sleep.
himself.
I'm actually going on to my Spotify now to find it so I can listen to it later.
Yeah, I have to. So he's done a couple, but this one is called, I forget the title exactly, but let me find it really fast here for you. It's really beautiful. The Measure of a Man, it's called.
Okay.
Hmm.
I will find it and I will listen to it. Thank
You
you
know what I
very
listened to?
much.
This is more to what we're talking about here. I just listened to, which also
There we go.
was a lovely thing to listen to go to sleep. Love Story.
Mm.
Remember Love
Oh.
Story with
Yeah.
Ryan O'Neal and
No, no.
Ali?
I have no idea.
Oh.
No. Of course I know. I'm a pushover.
Oh. So I listened to the book and I just watched the movie. I finished watching it last night.
Oh, oh, classic movie.
Ah,
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
So it's so beautiful, and actually the movie it's very close to the book. The book is not a long book. It's very simple. And I think they pretty much covered everything in the movie, which is not always the case, of course.
Very true.
It is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a movie now that you, or even a book now that you've discovered today that you wish you had discovered when you were younger, or are you glad you waited? As an example,
Mhm.
I read To Kill a Mockingbird finally
Mm.
because I
Ah,
didn't read it in high school. I didn't read it growing up, and I read it just last year, and I'm like, this is
yes.
amazing, and I'm so glad I waited because I got so much out of it. Yeah, yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Yes, when you do that, you realize why these famous authors that have, gone down time, gone down in time and are still just, I keep using the word iconic, but they are who they are. When
Yeah.
you read these books, you go, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean Hemingway.
Oh, wow.
I've read Hemingway not over time, and that era of author I kind of enjoy. Um, oh, some of the classics. I should go to my little list again. Yes, but to your point, absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure that I would have appreciated them, or if I did read them, I didn't appreciate them enough.
Yeah.
The classics,
Yeah.
there's a reason they're classics
Hmm.
for sure.
There's stuff you're forced to read in school, and it's like you maybe weren't ready for it yet.
Yeah.
And then as an adult, you can look back on it
Oh, yeah.
or read
Yeah,
it
I mean,
again with better eyes.
things like Animal Farm, I was like, I
Hmm.
don't know what this is about. I have
Yeah.
no idea what this is about. And I don't know, I feel like sometimes teachers don't really explain stuff. Maybe you'll have a
Yeah.
conversation about it, but it's really doesn't, I don't know. Of course, I was not a big scholar, put it that way. Not a big, huge fan of school, and which is ironic because my parents are both academics. My brothers were both honor students, and I was like, I hate school. I hate it.
I'm not doing
But I
this.
have to say, my mother, and it's such a drag that I sort of see this in retrospect because at the time, you're a teenager, you hate everybody and nobody's
Yeah.
right and you're wrong. You're the only one that knows anything and blah, blah, blah. She's the one that introduced me to dance. She made me go to dance class and I was like fighting her tooth and nail. And she said, well, just do it once. And, she'd read about this woman. She knew. She knew. She was like, there's something wrong with this kid. I've got to get her. Even in school, in God, they call it middle school here. It was what do you call
Junior high.
it? Junior high, thank you. In junior high, you had options, right? For the first time. And I was like, oh, I'll take health. I thought that might be sort of interesting. She says, why don't you take acting? I was like, no way. I'm not going to. I was very awkward. I was I was skinny. I had glasses. I was a wreck. And I was like, I'm not going to stand on a stage and, I don't know, recite Shakespeare or something. Are you kidding? She's just try. So I'm like, oh, I hate you so much. I tell you, it was like the first class I was like,
This is amazing.
Same with dance. She knew. Darn her. She spent all my
Did
childhood
you
trying to
admit it to her? Were you
see,
like you were
that's
right?
what, no, that's the thing.
Mm.
Is like I don't think I ever gave her the credit she was due. And
Yeah.
I'm so regretful of that because she is the only reason I'm doing what it is I'm doing.
Yeah.
She spent my whole childhood. Okay, well, put her in art, put her in gymnastics, which I like gymnastics. It was fine. Um, but I remember one time my parents came to watch gymnastics. I suppose it was like the Parents' Day or something. And I couldn't not just fool around. I'd just be making jokes and la 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 and not paying much attention. And I remember my dad just like, ah! I did piano, which I actually did okay on all these things, but nothing really stuck until dance and acting,
Yeah.
Wow.
interestingly. Yeah. And I do love to sing, but I'm not that current, sadly. But that doesn't stop me.
Yeah.
I don't know. The
Nor
performances
should
we've seen this evening have not been horrible. And
Oh,
believe
good.
me,
Okay.
I know because my partner, she can hit a mean high C, I think is what she's
Ooh.
a trained soprano and it's just
No
yeah,
kidding.
it's so I won't sing in front of her at all because there's no
Yes.
point. There's
Yeah, I
no
know.
point.
I mean, I'm doing this show. I'm doing Steel Magnolias here,
Hmm.
and it's really, really, really wonderful. I'm playing the Malin character from the. Most people remember the movie. Um, it's the Sally Field role, and it's a really great, challenging role because she goes through a lot.
Yeah.
But the other actors, all of them are like singers
Oh
and
man.
good singers. I mean, one identifies herself as a singer. That's how she
Hmm.
made a living for a while. Another one, the girl who plays my daughter has this. She I think primarily is like an actress, but she's probably a triple threat, kind of dancer, actress, singer thing. But right now she's doing these shows in New York. It's really interesting. They're sort of like, I don't know if cabaret is the right way to describe it, but it's like three singers will do like a 40s theme thing
Wow.
and for different places. So she's singing and they all sing. And there's a couple of local actors and one is a local newscaster. She's just lovely. We've been on her show. And yesterday we were singing something, I don't know, probably something from the show. There's some music in it. And she starts going, "Ooh," this, and I'm like, "Are you an opera singer?" She goes, "Yes, that's what I was trained as." I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
"Geez, Louise, you guys,
yikes.
the talent is unbelievable."
That's awesome, though. I mean, to be surrounded by talent, it lifts everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does. It does. It does.
All right.
I said we got to go to karaoke sometime because
Oh.
I love karaoke. I I'm not gonna say I'm a good singer, but I love karaoke because I just
Okay,
love
well
to sing.
that demands a follow-up question then. Favorite song to sing at karaoke?
Oh, the last karaoke song I sang was um Scaramouche, Scaramouche,
Wow.
very, very frightening me, Scaramouche,
Galileo.
Galileo, Galileo. Who's that band? You know what I mean. You know the
Queen,
song I'm
baby,
saying.
Queen. Yep.
Queen.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh,
Thank you.
good. Wow.
Another big, music influence in
Yeah.
my teen years. I would say high school. Yes, I was at a convention and they had karaoke, and I was like, I am singing
You're like,
this.
I love it.
I'm getting up there and singing it.
I love
Yeah.
that so much. Oh man. See, now it just makes me want you to come back to a convention in Canada so we
I
can do that. Let's make that
know.
happen.
Let's make it happen. I would love to do that. I would love to. And I
All right.
have so much family in Toronto, and my
Yeah.
agent's in Toronto. Well, you know my agent.
Yes, he is.
yeah.
Yes. I mean, I was there. Yeah, I was there last, I guess, summer. I did a little road trip up because to
Fun.
like Quebec and then over to Toronto. Actually, are you familiar with a place called Fenelon Falls?
Hmm.
Mm.
It's kind of in the center almost. It's up
Yeah.
north of Toronto. A friend of mine lives there. They have a what do they call it? Cottage, right? That's what they
Cottage
call them in
country.
Canada. Cottage. And I get there and it's like this massive, sprawling thing. I always think of a little cottage.
Yeah, we've
Cottage
got a
Yeah.
on
little
the lake. No,
little
this
cottage.
is huge. It was really fun. We hung out and then we drove down to Toronto together. And yeah, love it.
I love
I
it.
have friends and family there. Yeah.
All right, Catherine, we're going to hit you with the hardest question of the night to wrap it
Uh-oh.
up. There's a phone in front of you. You have,
Probably a rotary phone.
yeah, probably a rotary phone. You get 5 minutes to talk to your younger self at any age.
Oh.
What do you tell yourself?
Aw. You I had an interesting childhood in that, like I was telling you that I'm setting it up for you. In that we did like it was kind of a pivotal time in my life. I was 12 and we traveled for like 16 months to Barbados, Australia. My dad was on sabbatical from the university and he was doing research in these places on fish. And it was incredible. And then we traveled all through East Asia and Europe and we went to Egypt and Indonesia. We went to all these different places. But when I came home, I was like 14 and oh my God, I was still, everybody else had grown together and they looked way more sophisticated. And I'd sort of lived this very insular life. And that was hard. I was very awkward at
Mm.
that age. I was awkward my whole life, but I mean, coming back after being gone for 16 months was really hard to kind of integrate back into the culture. And my school photo picture when I was first back, I'm like, oh, you look so miserable. But I think I would say to myself, hang in there. It's gonna it's gonna be okay. And it was soon after that that I kind of discovered acting and dance and stuff like that. And it was definitely separate from school, but I
Yeah.
found my little niche and loved it. Um, so I found myself then, but when I was younger, yeah, it was hard. It was hard. And I
Mm.
really, if you ever see any pictures of me at that age, you'll go, oh, I get it. I totally get that. But it's going to be okay. I was never one that was worried about the future. I never thought, oh, what am I going to do with my life? I never. And I'm still that way. It's kind of sad. I sort of live day to day. I live in the moment a lot, um, which is kind of a saving grace in a way. But I have to, I think that just if I mean, I don't think it would have helped me necessarily to know that things were going to get better because I also think that it shapes your character in a way,
For
Hmm.
sure. Yeah.
sadly.
Mm. No.
But yeah, and maybe I would also say, give your mom some kudos.
Yeah. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
See? Perfect.
So much
Sue.
fun.
Sue.
And
You
look,
got
I'm
you
not
got the
completely in
Mary
the sun
Stewart.
yet. Ugh.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
you haven't had to shift off screen quite yet.
there we go.
Oh,
Move this way.
well, I mean, thank you for finding the time. I mean,
Oh my gosh,
it
my
was
pleasure.
wonderful to catch up with you, which was great because
Yeah, you
Sue and
too.
I talk about that podcast all the time. Like chatting with you and Lance were so it was so important to us at the time, and I
Oh,
mean, even
thank you.
now, it's like it was just so. It was a powerful moment for us.
Yeah.
It was a moment
Oh,
that helped us realize that one, we could do what we wanted to. We could chat with these amazing people who influenced us. And then
yeah,
also,
Yeah.
but I could also hold a conversation with you at the same time because,
yeah.
we were still really fresh at that point, and both of you were so kind, and just being able to catch up now, just to see,
Yeah.
reconnect, and just have this conversation. This was amazing, Catherine, and you
Oh,
Yeah.
opened
thank
up and you shared
This
so
you.
was a nice full
much.
circle.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
this
thank you
was
very
wonderful. Yeah,
much. No, this was a pleasure, and I'm
yeah.
really, I'm always glad to talk to the old countryman. Especially right now. I'm like, okay, where am I?
Right. You got to be safe. You got to be careful. Yeah.
I know it's crazy.
Well, it's kind of
But
like it's kind of what we're hoping with this branch of the mind reels is that like because I don't know, nostalgia just kind of smooths everything out for a little bit, you know. It's nice
I
to think about ththings
Yeah.
and talk about things and not deal with all the heaviness in the world today. So
yeah, really, truly.
hopefully that'll resonate with other people as
Yeah.
well. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just loved going down memory lane with people like
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
despite distance in either space or time, there is so much that as well, humans that we share. There's so much as Canadians that we share.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hadn't thought about Shasta until you said it. And I'm like, I don't know. Oh my God. And then I can see the label in my head. I'm like, I haven't thought about that in years or decades even. And just like the friendly giant and stuff like that. It's just, oh,
Hmm.
it all just
You know what I
resonates.
just thought of? was in 1967 was the centennial, right?
Hmm.
Yep.
Of Canada. And I was 7, I think, and we drove across Canada. And there's a picture of me with my brother at in Ottawa at that. It's like a fountain, I guess, with all the coat of arms of all the provinces
Oh
around
Yeah,
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Do you know what
yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about? In front of the
the flame. That's the Centennial Flame, which I guess they
exactly, the flame.
did for
Yes.
that year.
I was saying I was thinking flame and then I thought, is it a flame? But and I've been to Ottawa and worked in Ottawa since and seen it and I remember so specifically, but I also remember the song.
Oh,
Do you remember the song?
no, but I'm ready for another musical number.
Shall I sing it? Oh, twist my arm. Okay, here we go. Ready? Canada, one little, two little. You need more people. One little, two little, three Canadians. We are free and we are 20 million. Canada. Then in the background, one little, two little, three Canadians, strong and free. I think it's to see da 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 da. North, south, east, west. There'll be happy times. Church bells will ring, ring, ring. 'Cause it's the 100th anniversary of Confederation. Everybody sing together. Canada, two little three Canadians. We. Anyway, it goes on. But I
Oh
think
man,
that's the whole thing. I'm
I
not sure
love
if
it.
there's even a second chorus. But for some reason, I remember that.
Yeah, fantastic. Oh my God.
Go figure.
Sue, look, I'm not even going to say it, but yeah, a little misty-eyed, just going through all this nostalgia. I'm loving it. This is
Aw.
This has been
amazing.
really good.
This has been, yes, yeah, yeah, this is what I needed to wrap up my week. This was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Well, I'm sorry I'm so shy.
Yes, I
And I'm
mean, it
not
Yeah,
was,
if
like
we could
willing
just
to like
pull something out of you.
yeah, so tough
you
getting those answers.
dragged it
Yeah.
out.
If you find yourself adding to the list, then we'll just like bring you back on another
Right?
time and do like
Oh,
the
for sure.
sequel.
I kind of today when I was going through things, it was so much fun. And I
Yeah.
was thinking, I should have started doing this like a week ago. And just like exploring everything and then whittle it down. But hey, I'll come back.
Yeah.
I
And
can
now you've
move
got,
on to the 80s and we
yeah,
could talk about style. I love that.
yes,
Yeah,
please.
right? We didn't
Yep.
even get to talk about fashion,
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
toys.
fashion in the 70s was not the best. Oh, yeah, toys.
Yeah.
I have
Fashion
some
in the
good
80s
stories.
wasn't the best either, but it
Hey,
was,
do
but it
not just,
wasn't, but it
no, no,
was.
the 80s was
I
height of
love the
fashion.
80s. I
I
love the
know.
70s were but the 80s I love them because I have this sort of body. I call it a little boy's body.
Same.
And what in the 80s they had the shoulder pads and the big thick, belts around the waist and then the poofy pants. And I'm like, oh wow, I've got shape. Yay.
Yeah, this was made for me.
It is. Yeah. Oh, yes. So much to talk about.
Love that.
I could go on and on, actually.
In that case, you're definitely coming back.
Sadly.
So there you go.
Yeah,
There we go.
we'll start planning it.
Okay. I'd be happy to. It'd be fun.
I love it. Well, Catherine, thank you so much. Great
You're
success with Steel
welcome.
Magnolias because you're going to be
Thank
awesome.
you. Well,
No, you will.
it's a wonderful, it truly is a wonderful script. And it's different from the movie because it's just takes place in the beauty shop and it's all just the female friends.
Mm,
And so it's much more intimate. It's much more about friendship and,
Mm.
the intimacy of the friendship and how important it is and life and loss. And it's a much more, but it's so beautifully written that I'm really enjoying it.
Yay.
Yeah, yeah,
This
amazing.
brings me joy.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that makes me happy. All right, well, finish your laundry then. Go finish your laundry.
I did. I did it at the laundromat. I just have to like put it in a drawer,
Put
I
it away.
guess.
All right,
That's the
Put
fine.
it
worst part.
away, yes.
Fine. I have to go cook and I have to go brew up a rum drink really quick. So yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that sounds
Oh, you
nice.
better believe it.
Yummy. All right. All right. Well, thank you so much, you guys. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
thank you so
Catherine,
much.
so much fun.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Okay. We'll talk to you soon, I hope.
Yes,
I hope so
please.
too.
All right.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.